The sun is shining in Charlotte as we close in on kickoff, presented by Nucor. It's the USL Super League on Peacock. Carolina Ascent playing host to DC Power alongside the Hall of Famer Christine Huber. I'm Michael Watrang. Third member of our team, Anna Whitty, will be with you here in just a moment as we take a look at the standings presented by A&J Winery. Things are a logjam for that final playoff position. DC Power, though, they need to get it in gear for their playoff push.
It's important they use this spring season now to jumpstart their season, get some more points, score some goals, and move up the table.
They played a lot of tight matches this season, including both meetings this year with Carolina. It was the first match ever in the history of the league. On August 17th, Vicky Bruce scoring the first goal in the history of the league in the 27th minute. 1-0 was the final. That night here in Charlotte, it was a similar scoreline when they met in Washington, D.C. on November 3rd.
Yeah, in that game, they wound up winning 1-0 again, but this time on a penalty kick. So it was a little closer game. And let me tell you, DC missed some sitters in that second matchup.
Renee Guillon's penalty in the 20th minute proved to be the difference in matchup number 2. When you peel back the layers, look at the numbers defensively. So similar in so many areas, except for goals against. 6 more allowed by DC.
18 goals given up so far in one less game than Carolina. That's due to a lot of defensive breakdowns, a lot of miscommunications in the back. They've been working on their defensive structure. Let's see if it comes about tonight.
Of the 6 road matches for DC this year, 4 have finished with 1-0 scorelines. They're 2-2 in those matches. For this team to score more goals, they have Katie Duong, who leads the league in chances created.
One of the great midfielders in the Super League. She's solid in possession. She covers a lot of ground defensively. And the big thing, and what DC needs her, she makes everyone better on the field.
Our player to watch tonight is presented by Gatorade. It's Riley Baisden, standing by with Anna Whitty.
Finishing opportunities in the final third was a big emphasis for your team in the offseason. Where do you feel like your team can continue to convert on those opportunities today?
Yeah, I think we had a lot of opportunities last weekend, myself included, and missed one. So I think we're just really honing in on finding the back of the net, doing the simple things right, and just following up everything.
DC Power is a team who has a lot of new pieces. They look a lot different than they did when you played them early in the fall. In the wide areas, where do you feel like you can exploit them today?
Honestly, I think just getting at them. I think, not giving too many people respect and just go at them and have our backs. And honestly, our press has been incredible the last week, and we've been working on that a lot in the off season. And I think just being on the front foot, that's what we want tonight.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
DC has a league lead 5 players on international duty. Carolina, meanwhile, looks for a second consecutive win. What happens here today in the Tar Heel State? We'll have the starting 11s and the kickoff when we return in just a moment. This is the USL Super League on Peacock.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Going through an injury like that gives you a different outlook on life.
Kennedy sustained a complete rupture of his Achilles tendon playing basketball, and the way we decided mutually to approach it was surgically.
The team at Novine did a great job with keeping my spirits high throughout my process. They got me back to where I am today. What I look forward to in the future to me is getting back on the court, playing in front of fans that love the game as much as I do, giving them experience that they never had before.
presented by Nucor. Nucor Corporation is the safest, highest quality, lowest cost, most productive, and most profitable steel and steel products company in the world. Nucor is the official sponsor of the Carolina Ascent FC. Time to take a look at our starting 11s, presented by Capelli. And here's Carolina Ascent. Riley Mattingly up top, no longer Riley Parker. Congratulations on her marriage, changing her name.
And we'll see Harding right here on that left side. She's going to float up to the 9 there. She's going to try and combo with Madeline right there. They're going to be in a 4-3-3, and Butler in the back, recently signed as well.
Megan McClellan, one of the league leaders in saves this year with 39 of them for the season. And here's the starting 11 for DC. They have to make a lot of changes to this group with those 5 international call-ups.
And this is going to be more their offensive formation. We're going to see them shift and drop back a little more defensively on those changes. Bagley will drop back a little further. Look for the combo play between Colton and Duong as well.
That's how DC Power lines up in the first match under Phil Nana. He was appointed late in the fall campaign. A 2-time junior college coach of the year, has experience with the Maryland Bobcats, DC United's Academy as well, and now taking over for DC Power for the remainder of the season, getting a road trip here to take on this Carolina Ascent group. Carolina was the last remaining unbeaten team. They didn't lose their first match until mid-November. They sit at 6-3-6, and they are led by Philip Poole, who was an assistant for the U.S. women's national team for 5 seasons, and really is putting together quite the roster here, not just of some of the established stars, but they're really developing that academy as well.
And when we talked to him as well this week, he said, hey, you know, those losses, those draws, they were missing a lot of players. Not an excuse, but that was part of it.
So we are underway here today in Charlotte. It's Carolina Ascent and DC Power squaring off for the 3rd time this season. DC in the white kits, Carolina in that tri-colored with a pink up top. Kits for this matchup, Michael Watring, Christine Huber, and Anna Whitty all on board with you for this contest. The final match of a 4-match weekend in the USL Super League. DC, this is their first match out of the spring, and then they get a week off before they go back home to take on Lexington. It's never something that you're focused on the standings, but with how that top 5 are performing, Spokane got a huge win yesterday. This is an important one for DC to try to keep their name in the mix.
It is, and it's tough, as we'll talk about later on, just all the international players and injuries they have right now. That's tough to come out your first game in the spring and you're not in full force.
It's a DC team that has only led for 92 minutes all season long. They haven't led pre-second half stoppage time in any of their last 8. So that'll be the task for this matchup. Meanwhile, Carolina, 4 wins, 3 draws in 8 home matches for the season. Their only loss came to Dallas on November 23rd. Captain Fitch, also changing her name from Fredericks to Fitch with the marriage. That ball funnels through, and Aquino picks it up. Fantastic weather for this one as we take a look at our injury report presented by Novant Health. A couple injuries for both sides, plus the international call-ups for DC. Missing a lot of different pieces. They really had to shuffle things around, but hopeful that this group can change a little bit tactically and find a little bit more aggression in their attack.
I think it's players like Anna Bagley, too. You can look to step up, and the new signing of Nicole Douglas coming on. She's fit. She can definitely score. They have a lot of pieces, even without those internationals.
Ball skims along, and it's picked up here. And this shot bounces off of the backside and skips all the way to Aquino. Carolina this season spreads the wealth. 8 different goal scorers. They're 6th in the league in goal scoring. So many different options that they can utilize. They have 8 different goal scorers. DC has only scored 7 total goals this season.
Least amount in the league in that fall season. Only 7 goals DC was able to score.
Here's a takeaway. Coley Moves it along. Circling. Cross comes in. Nodded forward. Gurley chips it out. Aguilera. Harding. Dodges two defenders. There's plenty of space on the opposite sideline. Merrick unable to keep it in play as it just does trickle out.
We see here, Carolina's really going to have to play those outside flanks. We can already see DC getting in that low block, staying nice, tight, compact. So in order to break that, Carolina's got to get it out wide, get those defenders moving, get them out of their space they want to be in.
Foul is whistled here. Adori Monroy making her 5th appearance as the center referee in the USL Super League blows the whistle.
Check out this foul again. Nice little move, nice little cut behind the legs. Causes that foul.
So it leads to a free kick here. An opportunity to see how DC will defend. Merrick lofts it in. Takes a couple bounces, not cleanly cleared. Carolina, in fact, gets to the ball. Baisden turns. Merrick now chases Kurosaki. Pressure relentless right now from the Ascent. Baisden tries to shield. Once again wins another throw. Emily Colton, one of the new signings, punches that ball away. Merrick again tosses this one, goes into the 18. It trickles out for an early opportunity, and Aquino knocks that ball down as it came right out to Jacoli. Ball rolls all the way back. McClellan retreats to pick it up. Nucor is the official steel manufacturer, provider of the Carolina Ascent FC. Nucor Corporation is the safest, highest quality, lowest cost, most productive, and most profitable steel and steel products company in the world. Nucor is the official sponsor of the Carolina Ascent FC.
DC right now playing in that low pressure. They do not want to get spread too thin where North Carolina will be able to go through and break their line. So they're going to play low pressure here, everyone back behind the ball, forcing them into the channels where their midfielders can win this pass.
One of the things Philip Poole talked about with his group at the tail end of the first half of the season is they've had more than enough chances to score goals, take leads, get wins. Sometimes the execution level is not there, and they are certainly controlling the momentum of the early moments of this matchup. Aguilera. It'll link up. Taken away by Fitch. Reno. Sends that ball away. The flag up here for offside. Bails out DC.
And on the flip side, we're going to see North Carolina in that high pressure. Anytime the goalkeeper has the ball, the defenders have the ball. So we see here, they're going to pressure high, have DC make those mistakes.
Mama saying that he wants his team to be balanced, to be more aggressive in the attack, but so far under a great deal of anxiety defensively. Corbin nods this one in, and miscommunication there.
Right. That's a perfect example of what happened in the fall as well, just miscommunication. That should have easily been Morgan Aquino's ball.
Instead, Carolina gets back into possession.
And that mistake right there didn't cost them. But another time, that'll cost a goal.
Ask for a better day on the pitch than this one, and the crowd making this a nice presence in the early going of this matchup. Baisden loops wide, gets it back from Merrick. Baisden angles towards the corner flag. Pushes it, and it goes out for the first corner of the match. Carolina corner brought to you by Nucor. Jill Aguilera will head over. Tied for the team lead with 3 assists for the year. Aguilera bends this ball in, and first time Wolfbauer flies it back to where it started from, and Aguilera will just watch this one bounce out for a throw.
Thought she was going to test her touch and take that high ball right down.
Done yet on this pass, though. Jenna Butler leaves it behind. Field slanted heavily in this direction.
Look at how tight and compact DC is right now.
Aguilera fires another ball in, and this one ends up in the body of Aquino. So we're 10 minutes in. No score so far, and it's been all Carolina. 3 shots early in this one. DC struggling to get the ball across midfield. Time. DC gets a possession for a second. It goes right back to Carolina, and they commit the foul.
And that's one way to slow down North Carolina, right? Foul right in the midfield.
Food Lion is the official grocer partner of the Carolina Ascent FC. Through Food Lion, score to give more initiative. Every goal scored is 1,000 meals donated to Second Harvest Food Bank of Metrolina. In the first half of this season, Food Lion and Carolina Ascent have already donated 14,000 meals. Food Lion, easy, fresh, affordable. If you're DC, how do you try to maintain a little possession at this point?
Yeah, I think a little more movement off the ball. Open up for your teammates. And, you know, we talked about the miscommunication in the back. You need that non-verbal communication in the midfielders and with your forwards as well to connect.
There's plenty of space on this side. Gurley tracks it down. Gurley tries to cut back. First bit of resistance knocks her away, and then the pass trickles all the way out top. Yongo, looping ball around, doesn't reach its destination.
Not a bad build-up by DC there. I like how they're going nice and wide. Then they'll get the ball in the midfield, switch it to the other side. If they can get this switch here, now they can make their runs in the box.
It's a good ball from Wolfbauer. Carrying along the run here. Colton curls around. Colton's cross gets knocked away. A second go at it. Much better here from DC Power. Wolfbauer. Excellent ball forward here. Douglas tries to deflect back for Colton.
Yeah, unable to connect on the back heel pass there, but you can see how DC wants to attack those outside flanks.
Select is the official matchball supplier of the USL Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
You can hear just how loud and vocal Philip Poole is on the sideline there. Basically what he's trying to say is when their forwards, when North Carolina forwards go and pressure, that high press, everyone must go up together. You must press as a unit. You cannot leave any gaps or holes in the middle.
Excellent touch here. Audrey Harding fires it over wide. Tapped right back. Harding tries to get there first. Instead, it is rolled out on the recovery run by Wolfbauer.
All right, fans, it's time to bend it like steel. Get on your feet for a Carolina Ascent corner kick, presented by New
And we see North Carolina going forward, getting a corner out of this, but it's really Harding back in the midfield there. She gets the ball, she sees the space, and she starts attacking those players on the dribble. Once they commit, then she's able to dish it off.
So leads to another corner here, presented by Nucor. Jill Aguilera, yet again to do the honors. Carolina looking to cash in an early goal in the opening quarter hour of this match. Aguilera will go short. Baisden right back for Aguilera. Tosses this back post and over everybody.
That ball goes long. It'll be a
Not a bad corner kick
for DC
set up there, just a little overlapping run, unable to connect on that final shot.
Fast starts have been a key to Carolina's success this year. They've scored 8 times in the opening half hour of matches. That ball takes a ricochet as it's taken away, and then it hits the right post. Somehow stays out. A second chance. Aquino saves. Inches away from Carolina scoring off of a turnover.
This is all coming from North Carolina's high-pressure defense right now. They are making DC very uncomfortable and nervous on the ball.
It started with the mistake from the back. And standing on the doorstep, Mattingly had the first chance. Hits the right post.
We'll see this again. It's that pressure, and she just knocks it off the post, and Aquino needs to be kissing that post, thanking the post for not letting that ball go in. She did a good job cutting down her angle, Aquino did.
You had just mentioned it earlier that the mistake that DC made, it didn't cost them, but eventually it might, and it nearly did there, if not for a little bit of help from the woodwork.
And they have to recognize this high pressure. They have to play quicker.
Carolina very much percolating now, looking to score the opening goal. 6 wins, 3 draws when they score first this season. Ball sent into a pocket of space. Mattingly tracks it down. Baisden just behind her. She was hopeful of receiving that ball. Instead, Wolfbauer funnels it through. And yet again, DC cannot control possession long enough. Taylor Porter turns. Wearing the captain's armband.
See if they can switch this field. Get it to that left side. Get a player nice and wide, just like that.
It's a good direct pass. Aguilera on the overlap. Wants the ball and will not get it.
Aguilera needs to make that run earlier. She really needs to show that. Whether they play her or not, she needs to make the overlapping run earlier.
Instead, it's Merrick on the right-hand side, chasing after this. And it's another corner kick conceded.
All right, fans, it's time to climb. It's another Carolina Ascent corner kick, presented by Nucor. Get on your feet as Jill Aguilera takes the corner. Yo, ma!
Nucor corner coming here from Jill Aguilera. Went short last time around. Aguilera loops this ball in. Jenna Butler making that
Header
run
goes
in.
wide of the mark.
Heads it
It'll be a
wide.
goal kick for DC Power FC.
Be a part of the climb with our pro-rated season tickets. With 5 home games left, you can join us live for as little as $12 per game. Visit CarolinaAscent.com/tickets to support women's professional soccer in the Carolinas. Yet again, pressure and not dealt with well at all by Aquino. They're able to get it out towards midfield. And a chance to work it wide. Now right-hand side, touchdown by Gurley. And out wide. Fitch. Working along the sideline here. They just need a little bit of control of the ball to ease a little bit of that pressure that the defense has had to deal with.
We see this again, the high pressure. North Carolina is going to move forward as a group. Their front player is going to force DC to play in a certain direction, and then the DC midfielders can easily pick up the next pass.
This ball is given away in a dangerous location. Pedaling there is McClellan, and it's rescued right back. Aguilera races. Ball into a wide open space. Mattingly shoves off against Wolfbauer. And there's a foul. Well, Carolina have had 5 shots so far. They haven't converted. For more on what Philip Poole's message was for this group to score, Anna Whitty.
Finishing opportunities continues to be the main piece Poole is focused on fixing with his side. An XG of 1.25 against Lexington last week with 18 shots. However, only 1 goal was off the foot of a Carolina player. This game right now, very similar to the game against Lexington. There has to be more of an emphasis on crashing the 18 with more numbers once Carolina gets the ball in the final third.
Yeah, Philip Poole talked about the fact that they've had games that have gotten wild in the last 10 minutes that didn't need to get wild. They easily could have added a second or a third to pull away. Just haven't been able to successfully do that. In this match, 20-plus minutes in, scoreless so far, you're leaving the door open for DC to just get one little blip on the radar and score.
And Anna's making a perfectly good point in the fact that they've already hit the post, right? What should have been a simple put away off of their defensive pressure, they hit the post and are unable to score. And you're right, they should be up 1-0 right now as that game progresses. That makes DC thinks they're gonna stay in it and be in the game, and then you just go into a helter-skelter type of mainframe instead of keeping control.
That ball nearly given away, a tumble and a penalty. Ooh. How about that? We talk about the giveaways of DC, and it's a giveaway here from Carolina. And Nicole Douglas draws the penalty.
And we'll check this out again, and just unfortunate call there. I mean, she did get her leg, so you can't, no pun intended, knock her for calling it. But that's the rare mistake on Carolina's end, I feel like.
It's a second penalty given by Dory Monroy this season. And a chance here for DC to take the lead, and it'll be King Duong that heads to the dot to take this penalty kick. Duong has not scored as a professional so far. Looking for her first goal since her senior season at Stanford. DC looks to take the advantage. Katie Duong strikes this ball and hooks it into the left side of the net. DC Power have the opener, leading 1-0. Duong opens her professional account and scores for the first time since August of 2022 when she was at Stanford.
And we'll see how this ball came about. I mean, that's DC's offensive pressure right there. Nicole Douglas is the one putting that pressure on and gets fouled in the box. Duong, who we covered at the top of the show, able to convert the penalty. But if we flip back, right, we're now looking at North Carolina, Carolina, who just hit the post, unable to get a goal and be up 1-0, and then we'll say a silly mistake, whatever it was. Now all of a sudden, DC leads 1-0.
DC hadn't had a shot attempt in this match. Really hadn't shown the ability to be aggressive in the attack. And they score the opener thanks to the penalty. Mattingly tries to change that in the other direction. It's forced out. I wonder how Carolina will respond to this as they trail. Carolina this season 0-3-1 when the opponent scores first.
That's a stat for you right there. Big stat.
Bounces away.
And don't forget, this is DC's first goal against Carolina. The other two matchups ended 1-0 towards Carolina.
Not just that, it's the first time that DC have led before second half stoppage time since September 29th. This ball ping-pongs around.
And if you're Carolina, this has to ignite you a little bit now. They've had so many chances. The ball has been in their offensive third most of this first half. They've had the chances, unable to convert.
Foul given, this one at midfield. The Carolina Ascent online merch store is live. Stock up for our next match on scarves, t-shirts, hats, personalized jerseys, and more. To shop, visit carolinaascent.com, myshopify.com. Aguilera flies this ball into the 18. Aquino picks it up. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina is the official health insurance provider of the Carolina Ascent FC. Blue Cross North Carolina makes health insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family, Medicare, and Medicaid plans. Blue Cross North Carolina. Better care starts here. And another foul whistle. Then the ball was kicked away, so that's going to be a booking as well here in this sequence.
Carolina Ascent FC players Sydney Studer and Cannon Clark will be at our official merchandise store near Gate 1. Sign autographs during halftime. Adults will please ask to let the kids
This
go
foul
first.
just happens in the run and play.
Autograph.
Nice run there by Emily Colton, just getting up that sideline, and we can tell that's obviously DC's game plan today. Get it down the flanks, get the ball nice and wide, spread out this Carolina defense.
Madison Merrick picks up the yellow card. First booking of the match for either side. DC has the lead on the penalty kick that Duong scored after Douglas drew the penalty from Jenna Butler. This ball into space. Now carving out some space on that side. It gets cleared away up towards midfield. Douglas with a bump and a foul. Anna, what did you see on that sequence with the penalty and then the goal scored?
A lot of energy came from the DC Power bench and the coaching staff after Duong put that PK goal away. Carolina has dominated the possession and the energy in this match with 60% of the possession. However, this game in this league, it's anybody's game throughout a match. DC Power has really emphasized being stuck in defensively and having strong principles, and it's worked in their favor here early in the first half.
They have weathered the storm and have taken the lead, but yet again, these are the biggest problems. They get possession inside of their own box and promptly give it away.
Right now, DC's unable to figure out how to beat Carolina's pressure at all. They're just unable to keep possession with it.
That foul will help the cause to try to get a little bit of breathing room here.
And Anna brings up a good point for the fact of we had the Lexington game last night and we saw, right, they did a great job first 45 minutes getting that shutout. New coach Mary McCray was so excited, so happy, and then that second half, different story. 2 goals were let in. And that's the parity of the league that we've seen so far this season.
Feels like every night it's a 1-goal match that ultimately decides things. Roughly half of the matches this year have been decided by just 1 goal.
And the shifts in the standings every single weekend, everyone's moving up and down, not just by 1 spot, but everyone's jumping each other 2-3 spots or going down 2 or 3 spots.
Brooklyn drawing Tampa Bay last night makes for quite the little logjam between 2 through 5 at this point. Brooklyn a little bit of breathing room, but Carolina can close that gap if they get 3 points here as they need a comeback.
Right now, Dallas, Fort Lauderdale, and Carolina are sitting in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with 24 points.
At the half-hour mark of this one, DC leads 1-0. Katie Duong's penalty kick in the 24th minute is the only shot so far from DC. Michael Watrang, Christine Hubert, and Anna Whitty with you here on Peacock for this matchup in the USL Super League. Good to have you with us for this one. Will Carolina be able to make its first comeback of the season, or will DC kickstart the second half of the year with a victory? Butler moves it over. Aguilera. Off of Fitch. Throw in here for Carolina Ascent. Butler tosses it to the middle. Chicoli out wide for Merrick. Merrick darts past the first defender, stumbles. No whistle. A slide tackle. Canceling each other out. Chicoli bumping around with Kurosaki. Butler flares it along the sideline. Fitch steps over. Again, unable to clear it away. Harding provides the pressure. Aguilera leaves it for Corbin. Corbin dances. The team's leading goal scorer. Corbin fires this one all the way across. On the volley, off the line. Wolfbauer clears it away as Baisden had her sights set on an equalizer.
What a great opportunity for Baisden going off of the volley. Great redirect on goal as we see Corbin. Excellent cross, and look at this focus. Just to take that volley out of the air and connect on it, keeping it low and hard, but DC able to clear that ball off the line. That's exactly the type of motivation DC needs to keep this shutout.
DC flirting with danger. They've had a ball hit the post. This ball cleared off the line by a defender. A new core corner for Aguilera and Carolina Ascent. Aguilera tosses this in. It takes one chip off of Taylor Porter before it's sent out towards the far sideline. Will Carolina be able to score here before the end of the first half to tie the score up? They've been on the doorstep multiple times. Aguilera whips this ball, giving it a go towards the target with Aquino playing a little bit out from her chalk. And it goes over everything. Pressure from Carolina continues to mount. They're so good at scoring in the first half. They've only scored 3 second-half goals all season long, so the first half is where they do the majority of their damage.
And a post-game autograph session presented by Novant Health. Visit CarolinaAscent.com/tickets to secure your seats and join the climb.
Here's Corbin. Trying to get involved a little bit more by going out to wide spaces. DC very defensive-minded at this point. In the middle of the field. Tricoli, Porter. Aguilera. Tricoli.
DC holding strong their defensive ground.
Aguilera spins it wide. Darts past 2. He gathers. Harding debates. Tosses it out top. Tricoli measures. Next to go towards Merrick on the right side. Merrick goes 1v1. And it's another corner kick coming here for Carolina. It'll be their 5th corner of the first half. Sponsored by Nucor.
Here comes Aguilera with the kick.
Let's see if Aguilera get this kick just a little deeper, a little further towards the far post. Because it seems Carolina's winning them out of the air. It's just a lot of times, most of her kicks so far have been to that near post.
Let's see what Aguilera dials up here. Less than 10 minutes to go in the first half. Does go into the middle of the box this time. Aquino punches it away. Mango taps it out. Mattingly volleys it wide once more. Into the box. This one bounces a couple times harmlessly out. And the onslaught of pressure from Carolina can finally take a little bit of a break. Join the Carolina Ascent on Sunday, March 2nd for Kids Sunday Fun Day number 2. Our Trailblazers are back at home against Fort Lauderdale United FC. Lock in your seats and be one of the first people in the stadium to receive your own free Carolina Ascent limited edition kids away jersey. Visit CarolinaAscent.com/tickets to get your tickets today.
DC Power FC.
Baisden. Porter.
Nice overlapping run there by Porter.
Merrick tosses it in. Mango again. Has to just send it away. Colton cannot clear. DC just unable right now to hold on to any level of possession. Carolina fixated on this half of the pitch. Aguilera. Pitch does really well. The captain takes over. Looks for choices. And immediately pouncing on it was Butler.
DC doing a good job tonight of closing down the ball. As soon as Carolina receives it, they are right there and they are pressuring.
McClellan coming all the way out towards midfield. Just shows the comfortability right now Carolina has with the ball in possession. The inaugural USL Super League season has officially begun. Visit USLSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all things Super League. th minute. DC leading Carolina on the road 1-0. Amy Duong's penalty kick goal in the 24th minute. Still the only shot attempt for DC in this match. Carolina has 7. They've hit a post, and they've had a ball swept off the line. Here's Mattingly, slaloming through the middle. Spins it over. Merrick. Tricoli lines it up. Tricoli didn't like the angle. Tosses it in. Mattingly gets a chance. Mattingly leaves it back. Tricoli now launches, slides through the hands of Aquino. It goes into the nets. Carolina tie the score on Tricoli's first goal for the Ascent. What a piece.
And just a bad mistake by DC in the hands of Aquino and just slips through. And don't forget, this kind of comes from the non-call that happened when DC was trying to play that ball out. Carolina able to keep possession, keep playing a lot of passes in and out with their movement off the ball, enables Tricoli to get open and to release that shot.
Carolina Ascent goal presented by Food Lions. Score more to give more.
We have a ball game now, 1-1.
It took nearly 10 shots. And eventually, Tricoli scores. First time that she had scored since she was in Finland a couple years ago. The 27-year-old from Troy, Michigan, levels the terms at 1 apiece. Talked about the fact that his team has 5 players on international duty. This was a chance for some of these other players to earn playing time, to prove that they should earn more minutes. And they're going to be tested here in the final 50 of this contest. After taking the lead, they've relinquished it. And now how do they respond after being under such duress?
And that door is wide open for these DC players to step up. Who wants to be the MVP? Who wants to put this team on their back, or who at this point just wants to make an impact? 5 international players. That's a lot. The whole league in total is 13, and 5 of them from DC. So now these DC players need to step up and fill those big shoes.
As far as 5 players combined for nearly 3,200 minutes, 5 of the top 12 players in terms of playing time are with international sides. 5 different countries from Ethiopia, Haiti, Ghana, Wales, Philippines, all on international duty. 3 academy players reside on the bench in this one.
And what's crazy about DC, when they are full strength, when they do have those players, how do you have 5 international players and you're now sitting at 7th in the table, right? And so that's when Phil Nana comes on, right? And he sees the talent. Now it's about playing together and working on those defensive principles.
Let's see how the final few minutes of this first half come to a close. Merrick Places this ball out.
Merrick's cross over the inline. It'll be a goal kick. DC Power FC.
64% of the
Hey,
possession
kids,
has
want to meet the
favored
pros? Carolina FC players Sydney Studer and Cannon Clough will be at our
They have
official
had
merchandise store near
nearly
Gate 1 to sign autographs
half
for
of their
all the kids
passes
at
in the
stadium
final
during
third,
halftime.
which just showcases where their possession is coming from in the heat map that they have had, as DC has just weathered this storm time and time again. And after a post and clearance off the line, sure it has to be frustrating for Morgan Aquino that ball hit her hands and just went right through.
She had it. And it was obviously a well-struck ball, but there was not pace on it enough where it should be going through her hands. But you know what? Credit Carolina's pressure, because if you're Aquino, you're knowing that as soon as you catch the ball, there's going to be a player right there in your face in case you bobble it. So that comes from putting on that high pressure that we've seen from Carolina tonight.
This ball skims over to Gurley, taps it right back to where it came from. It's an excellent maneuver by Kurosaki. Aguilera after the hustle defensively. Ball skims up. Comes back out. Tricoli leaves it over to the right side. Merrick unfurls one. And Aquino does better this time with both paws.
Merrick had some pace on that shot.
First half stoppage time brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. 2 minutes here in the opening 45.
2 minutes of stoppage time. Stoppage time is presented to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina.
DC have given up now 12 of the 19 goals that they've conceded this season in the opening half of play. And they've conceded now 6 times in the final 10 minutes of the first half, with Tricoli tying it in the 40th minute after Duong's goal, the penalty kick in the 24th. And we stand on level terms at 1 apiece, closing in on the end of the first half. Carolina want to flip the score here before the first half whistle blows.
I have a feeling Carolina's not done shooting, and they're not done scoring.
5 of their 9 shots have been on target. They've hit the woodwork once as well. They've been in and around the cage all half. Here's McClellan. Well out, almost like an additional field player, allowing Carolina to spread wide and pick out seams. Roughly 30 seconds to go. DC just trying to survive now. What a pass that is, splitting back lines. Merrick spins it across. It comes all the way to the back post. This ball, however, hit over the top of the crossbar by Harding.
Excellent opportunity right there for Carolina. Great ball right across the box into the mixer. Harding is going to want that one back. She needs to follow through, keep that ball low and hard.
It was a great look for Harding. And a 10th shot of the first half. Goes over the top of the crossbar and likely brings us to the end of the 45. And there is the first half whistle. So, all level at 1 through 45 minutes of play here in Charlotte. How do you summarize what we saw there? 1-1 at the half.
Carolina just dominating that entire first half. Really the only time DC got the ball forward was from their pressure, where they were able to get that foul called and Duong was able to finish the penalty. Great work from Carolina, but they are still missing their opportunities.
So it's tied at 1 apiece after DC scores the opening goal in the 24th minute. It is Sarah Tricoli tying it in the 40th minute, and she's standing by with Anna Whitty.
Sarah, congratulations on the goal. That goal was coming for your team. You guys have dominated possession. You've really dominated the final third. Why did you decide to release it then?
I think, like you said, the goal was coming, so any chance we can get at the top of the box around the 18, we should just kind of hit it because we've had 3 or 4 chances already we should have put away, so I just thought, let's just go for it.
A really nice combination in the midfield with you and Taylor Porter, really dropping into the 6, stepping into the 8. What have you liked about that combination today?
I love playing with Taylor. She's just a really smart player, and she's always looking to combine, and that's something that I want too, so it's been really nice getting to play with her this half of the season because that's always just something we're looking for, so we've been able to get to know each other a little bit and good things happen. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sarah Tricoli's goal ties the score at 1 apiece. The Ascent had the upper hand in terms of the run of play, but it's all tied at 1-1 here at halftime in Charlotte. Step out for a break. Our halftime report comes your way when we return.
Flavors, the same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador, spiked bebidas.
Corbin defending. Gravias is in behind the keeper and scores!
Harley Canales with the shot! Cross, sprinter team tapped home!
Bedoya launches and tucks it into the top right-hand corner. Whoa! Save man by Alpizi.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today.
I am?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
My sister loves volunteering with her coworkers.
Heads up.
I asked her why she likes it so much.
This is my little sister.
She said there's something special about helping out with Food Lion.
Yes, of course. Have a great day.
You get to make people smile.
Here to fill tables and hearts with hope. Food Lion feeds, here for every moment.
What does a better tomorrow look like? More people enjoy safer, more comfortable indoor spaces, clean water, clean air, healthy food, and a healthier planet. That's what Train Technologies believes tomorrow should look like. So we put people and the planet first. Today, we take bold action. So tomorrow, there's a better world. For everyone.
We're tied at 1 after 45 minutes of play. Tonight's match presented by Nucor. Nucor Corporation is the safest, highest quality, lowest cost, most productive, and most profitable steel and steel products company in the world. Nucor is the official sponsor of the Carolina Ascent FC. News and notes from around the league. You take a look at last night, Spokane getting an important win in their return, 1-0 against Dallas. That was a nice upset. Carolina looking to make it back-to-back wins. And then the international call-ups, 5 from this DC Power side, 13 from 13 different countries in total.
And Spokane last night able to get a victory over Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, and they jumped from 8th place all the way up to 6th place. Exciting stuff for that club.
A very important win there. Katie Murray's goal in the first half proving to be the difference in that one. Our upcoming schedule is brought to you by Capelli. And here's how things look. It'll be Brooklyn paying a visit to Lexington. It'll be the top team against the bottom team on the table. It'll be a fascinating matchup. And then Carolina plays host to Fort Lauderdale the next day. And after that, it's another Florida derby. It's Fort Lauderdale United against Tampa Bay Sun the week after. Every Wednesday, you can listen to the USL Super League Game Week, a deep dive into all things Super League with host Marion Crowder and Anna Whitty. Follow along all season on the Sirius XM app.
We've got national team call-ups, player debuts, and plenty of exciting news to discuss.
Mia Corbin makes it count. It's 2-0.
Plus, our special guest joins the show to tell us why she chose soccer over softball, and she breaks down the reality show that is plaguing the league.
What will be the recap from this match as Carolina and DC are tied at 1 at halftime? Take a look at first half highlights when we return here to Charlotte in just a moment.
Tag us in your videos and show off your quick reaction time. Thanks for joining us for another Science of Soccer lesson presented by Train Technologies. We'll see you next time. Hey, Carolina.
Today's match is brought to you by Nucor, Capelli Sport, Novant Health, Train Technologies, Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, and by Food Lion. Tied at 1 here at halftime between Carolina and DC as we close in on the start of the second half of play here. Michael Watring, Christine Huber, Anna Whitty alongside here on this Sunday afternoon in Charlotte as these two sides get ready for the start of the second half of play. Carolina getting the goal from Chicoli in the 40th minute, tying the score up right before halftime after DC got the penalty kick in the 24th minute of this contest and just getting ready to start off the second half of play. And there's DC in the white and blue and the tricolored kits for this Carolina team. Looking to win back-to-back matches after that little speed bump in the middle of the season where they lost 3 in a row. And now let's see how the second half comes to pass. Carolina this season, a loss, 4 draws when tied at halftime. They haven't come back to win a match when level after 45 minutes of play so far this season. Second half whistle blows. DC puts the ball in play, and the second half is underway here in Charlotte. Well, if you're DC, what adjustments do you make in the second half from half number 1?
A few things for DC. They need to have more movement off the ball, especially to escape Carolina's pressure on them in the back. And the second thing, which I just feel is going to cost them, they have to win the balls in the box. Too many times Carolina's getting free headers or it's bouncing in the box. But on the flip side, Carolina has to finish those chances that DC is giving them.
So let's see how this match plays out. This season, DC scored first 4 times prior to this one. 2 wins, 2 draws. And they hold on here in this match. It's a good slide tackle to help that ball away, and then a tug of the jersey from Chicoli, and a foul whistle. Anna, what did Phillip have to say at halftime?
DC Powers head coach Phil Nana said that winning the ball off the center backs of Carolina is extremely important in the second half because they've had way too much time on the ball for the build out. Additionally, it's been Fitch and Diorio getting opportunities to win the ball off of Carolina's wide areas. As this match goes on, there has to be more options for Fitch and Diorio to get the ball into the possession of a teammate. That includes Gurley continuing to stay wide and being an option direct out of the back.
Have to find those options here in this second half of play to alleviate some of that stress and anxiety. And being an interim coach, took over in this role, and questions were there. What would this team look like coming out of this? Phillip Poole said that they weren't really sure. You had to caution a little bit when you're preparing for this match. You don't want to think that it's going to be similar. You also don't want to think that it's going to be drastically different in the end. So DC trying to make those adjustments on the fly here in the second half of the season.
And Coach Nana is just staying with the same tactics, but more focus on those defensive shifts, defensive formations. And from what I understand, he's doing a lot of team building and team bonding off the field as well.
DeWong gives that ball away. It's Porter. This is along the sideline. Fitch is over to help, slides it off of the corner flag, but it bounces out again, and it's another corner kick here, presented by Nucor. Sixth corner of the game. It's Taylor Porter, the captain out of NC State, preparing this one. Porter slices this ball in. It takes a bounce off of a defender, goes back out wide. Fired back in over Butler. Mattingly goes to a knee. Chicoli bounces that back. Bruce tries to slide it around, and ultimately it goes for another corner kick here. Just relentless pressure and the inability of DC to clear.
They cannot get the ball out of their own defensive third. They're just struggling with that. And at this point, right, if the ball's going to bounce around the box, you just have to tell them, clear it high and wide for this point, this moment. Then you get back, get organized defensively, and then look to play it out. But you cannot keep having these balls bouncing around the box.
Aguilera curls this ball in, and Aquino catches the ball. Corbin hustles after it, does get a piece and holds on. Corbin volleys it first time, and it whistles wide left.
Corbin with such pace there. First one to the ball, beating 3 DC defenders to it. This is just pure hustle and determination right here to beat those defenders. And if you notice, in the first half, DC was closing down a lot quicker. Right now, they're not, which could mean trouble.
The climb continues for the Carolina Ascent FC. Be part of the excitement as we rise to new heights in the 2025-26 season. Place your $25 deposit per seat today. Walk in your favorite seats, the best pricing, exclusive perks, and cheer for the only professional women's sports team in town. Visit CarolinaAscent.com/season tickets for details. Together, we'll conquer the next peak. Youngo taps it forward, returns where it came from, but Colton is offside.
Once DC is able to get out of their own defensive third, they do make good combos, good passes like that. They just have to slow it down and control their tempo and not get all helter-skelter once they do finally get it out.
DC have only scored multiple goals twice this season. A team that came in with 7, the only team with single digits. 7 fewer than the next closest in the league this season.
Hard to win games that way. Without having a pure goal scorer, without scoring with different goal scorers, hard to jump up the table.
Some of those valuable pieces that they rely on to create chances outside of Duong on international duty. Good tap here by Kurosaki. Well, she commits the foul. There's the numbers. Carolina have very much controlled the pulse of the first 50 minutes. But they haven't won a match this year in which they did not lead at halftime. Better play by Bagley to intervene. It leads to a chance to run forward. That ball looped around. Bruce hits it, and then a first-time strike from long range. Wow! It stings the strings from long distance. DC have a second goal, and they have the lead. Kurosaki launches it in from well outside of the 18, and it's 2-1.
And how about this strike from Kurosaki? I mean, with pace, with the laces, locks her ankle and just busts it into the back of the net.
Power goal scored by number 19.
I mean, that is a laser off her laces.
In the 53rd minute. 2-1.
She gets her first goal of the season. And how about that impact from Yuka Kurosaki, the 27-year-old out of Japan, played collegiately at Kentucky and Oklahoma, has bounced around internationally. Most recently on Racing Louisville's roster before ending up with DC, and that was just a brilliant ball from long distance.
DC now at 2 shots, 2 goals. How about that for a statistic?
Efficient.
Can't get better than that.
This is the 3rd time this season that DC have scored multiple goals. 1 win, 2-1 against Lexington in October, and a draw against Spokane in September. It all started too because Bruce was trying to clear it and just didn't connect strong. Goals that DC had scored in the second half this season. 3 had come after the 90th minute prior to today. Carolina being tested on the home pitch, trailing by a goal yet again. What a great group outing. The Carolina Ascent FC offers a variety of pregame, halftime, and postgame experiences. Let's take your group outing to the summit of fun. From marching onto the pitch with pros, for player intros, to a postgame photo on the pitch, we can customize a chance of a lifetime experience for your group. Visit CarolinaAscent.com/groups to lock in an unforgettable match day experience. This ball entered in. Douglas tosses it around. Basin holds on. DC side here in the second half. Through the middle this goes. Mattingly chases. Wolfbauer wins the race. And Aquino spikes it over to the sideline. But not cleared away. Mattingly steps on it. Mattingly hits it first time. And it sizzles high.
DC just a little too relaxed, too composed. in the back against this Carolina pressure. They need to release the ball quicker, get it out. And obviously not have those silly turnovers either.
The way that this match has gone, 35 minutes, more than enough time for a few more changes in the plot.
And if you're DC, you have the confidence. You only lost 1-0 to them the previous 2 times. The last one DC missed so many sitters, so many open chances, and Carolina only scored on the penalty. So you think you're there, you think you're at that same level, and now you have the lead. The question is, can they keep this lead? They have to stop Carolina scoring.
They had not led pre-second half stoppage time since September. They've now held 2 leads in the first hour of this match. Can they hold on to this 2-1 edge? Mattingly eyes a 1v1 chance here against Wolfbauer. Runs into a little bit of danger and eventually gives it away. Corbin takes it away. Corbin steps in 1v1. Corbin unlocks and unloads and ties it at 2 apiece. Team leading 5th goal of the year for Corbin. Carolina back on level terms.
Carolina's game plan is working. They're keeping up the high pressure. They are capitalizing on DC's defensive mistake. And I tell you, when Corbin gets the ball at her feet, she accelerates at such a high rate. Quality finish there by Corbin.
Mia Corbin's team leading 5th goal of the season. She's the first of the 4 players today to not score her first goal of the year. That Carolina Ascent goal presented by Food Lion. Score to give me more. And within 5 minutes of DC taking the advantage, it's another sloppy giveaway that leads to an equalizing goal.
We have a little back and forth the entire game, right? Carolina with the domination in the possession, in the shots, but it's been back and forth on the scoreline.
Just when it looked like DC had altered the script of this match a little bit, they give away the tying goal. And yet again, under duress. Keno glides this through. Wolfbauer. Bagley. Does that ball ricochet off of her as Baisden tried to sweep it out. Youngo unable to convert that pass. Baisden springs wide. Slices it over Corbin. Merrick. Baisden again. Launches this in. Colton works it along the sideline. And yet again, inability to clear the ball away. Douglas forces her teammate just to sweep it out to midfield. Baisden wants it. Just beyond the 1 hour mark. We were tied at 1 at halftime. Kurosaki with a worldie in the 53rd, and then Corbin ties it up 5 minutes after that to sit here at 2 apiece. Tricoli. Corbin. Just does angle that beyond the defense. Aguilera flies it in. Aquino has to punch it away. Knocked down by Harding and cleared out. Pull over to get a touch on it, sensing his team has a chance for their first lead of the night.
Nice athletic ability there by Aquino, just able to parry that one out and away from danger.
Leaves it off the outside of the foot. Tricoli chases. Will get there in time to hold it in along the chalk. Tricoli is in, crosses it around. It takes a bounce. Wolfbauer off of Aquino, and an own goal gives Carolina its first lead of the match.
So unfortunate here for DC. Ball just not bouncing their way at all defensively like it has been all season. Carolina able to capitalize with this own goal. And credit Tricoli, right? Staying with this ball, realizing it's not over the touchline yet. Aquino's got to come out and really secure that ball, though. Cannot let it bounce around the box like that.
This is a season high for goals for Carolina, presented by Food Lions. Score to give me more. Within 10 minutes, DC sees a 2-1 advantage. Slip through their grasp, and now they trail for the first time in this match with less than a half hour to play. Let's see if DC can find a response now. Quickly into the attacking third. On top it comes. Youngo. Nick stays down, and he thought it would go up. Hustle of Tricoli ensured that
Really
that happened. Otherwise, that ball was going out, and it's a goal kick.
That's exactly what that was. Her pure hustle and determination kept that ball in and got them the goal. And we knew Carolina wasn't done scoring. By the way they were dominating the game so far.
It's a good feed. Douglas hunts. Bruce taps. Bagley charges forward. A game winner in the second minute of second half stoppage time in November at Fort Lauderdale. Colton turns the edge. Similar late drama here on this pitch in Charlotte. Cocoa mugs, fireworks, kids limited edition jerseys, Stanley style tumblers, and more. Carolina Ascent have you covered with free merch all season long. Guarantee your favorite giveaways and choose 3 matches and 3 games on your schedule your way. For more information about our 3-game mini plans, visit carolinaascent.com/tickets. Corbett shuffles it over. Knocked down by Harding. Harding with choices, tosses it over. Mattingly. Mattingly lines it up. It comes back out. Harding on a second chance. Harding curls it around. Wolfbauer knocks that ball down. And it's cleared away. You look at this match. If you're DC, you have to be frustrated. The first goal goes through Aquino's hands. A save that she probably makes 99 times out of 100. You have a giveaway that leads to Corbin for a 1v1 and then an own goal. 3 mistakes. Otherwise, you could have a clean sheet in this match.
That's kind of the way their season's gone, right? Their fall season, this is the first game of their spring. The ball has not bounced their way at all. They have to tighten it up defensively, and not just by their tactics, by mentality as well. they're definitely doing a better job closing down on the ball. So you give them credit for that. But just some of these other mistakes they just need to avoid.
Baisden and Merrick go back and forth. Now Corbin in the middle. Corbin, Baisden chips it right to Aquino. And Anna Whitty standing by with more on DC Power's interim head coach, Phil Nana.
The club actually as an apprentice of former head coach Frederick Briant. Nana said the ideas, the culture, principles for the team really do stay the same. The one change Nana has made within the system is taking more risks against opponents and taking what they are offering. Nana doesn't mind being a little bit more direct, which is necessary against a team like Carolina. They have used Gurley in a wider area than they use Balcom in the fall, who is really direct right down the middle as a 9 for this DC Power side.
Thanks so much, Anna. And yeah, certainly the goal eventually, as they get some of these international call-ups back, is to be a little bit more attacking minded. 2 goals today on, like you said, just 2 shots. That is something to be encouraging for this group and something that they can build on as they go through the season and try to make that push to the playoff line.
And that's part of it, right? A new coach is coming in. You don't want to go crazy changing tactics and everything that the team has built up the entire fall. You want to build off of what they already have. So I know they're trying to take the pressure off their offense a little bit, focus on their defensive principles, their defensive formation, to then build out of the back to get their offense going. And like Anna said, play those direct balls.
Bauer guides that ball out. Shots are 16-2 Carolina. The difference is a goal, however. So looking for back-to-back wins. Different player this season score a goal. That's how many goals DC has for the year combined. There's a foul. Haven't seen a sub so far from either side either.
Well, I'm not really happy about getting fouled there, but she's going to keep gathering attention around her every time she has the ball. She needs to expect to be getting hit and taken out because that's what a quality player she is. She's going to be on everyone's scouting report.
Leads the league in chances created. We highlighted that at the beginning. Has a goal on a penalty kick in this match. Good play there along the sideline. Baisden, who started this sequence, gets the return pass. Baisden charges, spins it to the top. Corbin loops it out. Harding, Tricoli, Mattingly, Harding, backside.
Nice combo play there by Carolina, getting it set up for an open shot.
70th minute of play. If you're just joining us, it's been a seesaw affair. DC's only shot of the first half came after a turnover. A penalty was whistled, and Katie DeWong scores in the 24th minute. In the 40th minute, Sarah Tricoli launches one from about 22 yards away, goes through the hands of Aquino, ties the score at 1 apiece. That's where we sat at halftime. DC took its second lead of the match in the 53rd minute on a rocket from Kurosaki. And then Corbin took a ball away in the midfield, raced forward and scored 1v1 against Aquino in the 58th to tie, and an own goal in the 62nd minute gave Carolina the lead. With 20 more minutes to play here, Carolina looking for back-to-back wins, DC looking for its second win in its last 3. Alongside the Hall of Famer Christine Huber and the former Penn State legend Anna Whitty, I'm Michael Watring with our team here on Peacock for the USL Super League, wrapping up the weekend here at the end of February. This ball bounces down. It's a good nod forward by Merrick. Shuffles along, and then Baisden tees it up and slings it out. Emily Colton and Katie Duong are a new partnership. That's one of the key additions for this DC Power side as those two tried to develop their relationship. And Anna Whitty has more on that budding relationship.
Former Wake Forest midfielder Emily Colton was a necessary add for DC in between seasons. Colton is an attacking-minded midfielder. She's really good at distributing the ball in the attack, and with 4 goals, 6 assists in 1 year with Wake Forest, that's what DC needs to add on to their 8 goals this season so far. Nana really loves the combination of Colton and Duong. Their chemistry is already very evident in the first match they played together this spring, and it really allows Duong to do more box-to-box, and Colton can be more of the attacking-minded distributor in the final third.
It allows Emily Colton to not have to work as hard out of possession, and that relationship will grow over time. And that's part of this league, is trying to get the different thoughts, the different ways of playing the game into shape and round them into form as they go along. And I think overall, you have to be fairly satisfied if you're Phil Nana in scoring the 2 goals today, and ultimately see how this group builds in the next couple weeks.
There's Katie Duong there. I mean, she is just all over the field. One of those midfielders, she goes box to box, she gets back defensively, and now she'll have that outlet where she can pass to Colton and make some combos with her up top.
(3-2) Carolina with the advantage here on the home field. This ball rolls over to the sideline. This season, in 8 home matches, Carolina have only lost once. Baisden to the touchline, hooks it around. Skims off of one head, comes out. Shirkoli gets a piece. This ball comes out top. Corbett. Merrick taps it. A couple bobbles. Douglas tries to clear it away. Unsuccessful. Corbett. Baisden. And a foul on Youngo. Stay up to date with the USL Super League. Sign up for the Super Newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at uslsuperleague.com/newsletter. Addison Merrick lines this ball up. Well traveled in her time in the NWSL. And now glides this ball, high arcing, back spinning ball. Hits the top of the netting as Aquino was backpedaling, and a quarter hour to go in this matchup. 18-2 shots advantage for Carolina Ascent and a season high 3 goals. Carolina unbeaten this year on Sundays, 2 wins, 2 draws. Bagley arcs this ball forward. Vicky Bruce does the work there defensively. Aquino. Flags up here for offside. Listen, that offside roll.
Offside flag is up. Indirect kick coming for the Ascent.
DC continuing with that low pressure. Carolina's done a good job at finding those gaps, finding those holes just by putting that ball wide. Just seems like too much space for DC to cover. Carolina much faster, better movement off the ball today.
Bauer leaves it back for Aquino. Carolina had only scored 3 second-half goals all season long. They've scored twice in their second half already. Douglas with choices, had Colton. Instead, it's a foul as Carolina was getting back in their defensive shape. And a yellow card to Jill Aguilera as well.
Yellow card caution.
Harsh, I think, for a yellow card there.
Yellow cards brought to you by the
Even when DC is able to steal the ball, they just seem a bit slow in their transition, right? They're not getting the players forward. They're by themselves up there, trying to go really 1-on-4, 1-on-5.
Yellow card caution shown to the
Carolina making a change. It's going to be Kat Gonzalez replacing Riley Mattingly. And the 11 for Philip Poole is, yellow card was just shown to the bench. Yellow card goes to Philip Poole.
We have a new course substitution for the Carolina Ascent coming into the game. Number 15, Catherine Gonzalez.
Substitutions tonight brought to you by Nucor. Novant Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider of Carolina Ascent FC. With same and next day sick visits, Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. Duong lines this ball up. Duong rotates it around this left-hand side. Wolfbauer had a bite at it, but couldn't quite latch on to it long enough.
It just seems today DC's just a step slower. Right, those balls, get someone diving for it. Get your leg out stretched for it. It's a good ball put in by Duong.
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you love it on me. I don't want to die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me.
80th minute of play. Carolina leads 3-2. Looking to close the gap between Carolina and Brooklyn for the top of the table. It would be 3 if this score ends up holding.
Carolina Ascent.
Entering play, DC had 2 of its 3 wins come by a 1-goal margin in which they scored in second half stoppage time. 10 minutes, will it be enough for DC to get back in this match? Down by a goal. Having attempted just 2 shots in this one, but both hitting the net.
Let's see if DC can get something going here, right? Because if they could come out of here at Carolina with just a point, it winds up moving them up the table just a bit, or at least closer to Spokane, who just jumped them last night.
After this, a bunch of home games coming up. They won't have consecutive road matches until the end of the season. 6 of their next 10 will be at home. So it could be an opportunity for DC to take advantage. And now DC Power utilizing a change. Loretta Talbot the Virginia commit,
New core substitution this time for DC Power FC.
is coming onto the field.
Loretta Talbot, replacing number 11.
This will be her Super League debut for the 17-year-old. Substitutions brought to you by Newcourt, replacing Nicole Douglas. Corbin at the top this time around in the middle of the field for Gonzalez. Ball stays in along the sideline. Carolina's been comfortable defensively inside of that goal from Kurosaki in the 53rd minute. It gave DC its second different lead in this match. That ball chopped along, and this ball finds the foot for an equalizing goal. Gianna Gurley in the right place at the right time, and another miscue allows the score to be tied at 3.
How about this game today? So back and forth, goals galore. Gianna Gurley, we talked about how she's going to get up front and get involved in this offense. A miscue by Carolina, misconnect, and she's able to capitalize.
DC Power FC.
Porter's ball on the giveaway. That just winds up perfectly into the path of Gurley. And DC Power has a season high for goals scored.
Almost matched their season total.
It scored 7 goals all season long. And the newest addition, Gianna Gurley, after 9 appearances with Fort Lauderdale United, ties the score at 3. 84th minute. Can Carolina respond again? DC's led twice. Carolina has led once. And we are tied at 3 after being tied at 1 and 2.
How about that composure from Gurley, though? I mean, she knows how to score, and in that situation, you have to be composed, and that's exactly what she did.
Porter chips this in. It bounces. It's loose, and Akito snatches it down. After the run on the back post from Harding.
And I don't know if it's just me, but every single ball that Carolina puts in the box, I get nervous, right? Because they've been the one winning all of those balls in the box. DC's not there.
And for DC, the formula is simple. Take a shot and score. 3 shots, 3 goals. Colton chases this. He's hoping for Kurosaki, and instead gives it away. Based. I think both coaches are going to look back at this tape and think, how many goals were actually scored where the opponent did not make a mistake? That's the second time that Carolina have given the ball away. One led to a penalty kick. This ball was just chipped right into the path, and the other one, Vicky Bruce cleared it but didn't get enough on it, and that allowed Kurosaki to take a long-distance shot. So defensively, inability to clear the ball and be composed has prevented them from each holding clean sheets, and 6 total goals in this match.
If it stays like this, if it ends in a tie, both teams are going to be looking back and a woulda, coulda, shoulda type scenario, but unable to get 3 points.
DC had scored 3 goals on the road all year long. They hadn't scored multiple goals in any of their road matches. Their 2 road wins, both by 1-0 margins. And we sit tied at 3 in the 87th minute.
And just the fact that DC scored 7 goals the entire fall part of the season, and they have 3 tonight.
3 different players have scored as well. Foul whistled. If you think about DC, 5 players on international duty. You have 3 academy players on your bench. You lead twice, you concede the lead. You've come back to tie it. A draw at this point would feel very much like a win for DC.
On the road.
This up, Porter. This ball arcs in. It's knocked down by Yango. Kurosaki. It's taken out hard, and it is a foul. And it's going to be a booking as well. It's going to go on Vicky Bruce.
Yellow card caution showing the number 4,
3rd different Carolina player with a card.
Yellow cards are sponsored by Apollo.
Hard hit there. Hard tackle by Vicky Bruce. Glad to see Kurosaki up and back to her feet.
Ninth minute. How much stoppage time will we have? Only give either side enough time to win this one. It's a foul. And it's an attacking set piece coming here. And it's going to be another booking as well. And this one's going to go on Baisden. 4 different Carolina players have been booked, none for DC.
Baisden gets a yellow verbal dissent for to the referee. A little bit of a soft foul. I think it was more on the dissent part, not the foul part. And now you're giving Duong the ball, a free kick to loft into the box again.
Certainly DC will be more than content with taking time. A DC team that had led for 92 non-stoppage time minutes in the fall out of 1,260 possible minutes. They've led twice today. Carolina's led once, but we're all level at 3 apiece. Duong to fly this ball in. Katie Duong rips this in, tries to go for somebody on the near post. There's nobody over there. Gonzalez clears the midfield. Fitch just able to get that ball around the edge.
It's almost another turnover there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 4th official has indicated there will be a
So we have 5 minutes of stoppage time. Second half stoppage time brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. This ball in. Kurosaki stumbles to the surface after getting a piece. Comes back out. Duong rips this in. Tapped around, but the flag is up.
Side flag is up. Indirect kick.
Wolfbauer.
There's a reason why Wolfbauer was wide open in the box for that long. She was in the offside position.
Tower at the top of the stairs. Get in line at the gate rate tower at the top of the stairs for the post-game.
Both sides trying to get a couple substitutions in. It looks like Carolina will do just that.
Substitutions for Carolina Ascent.
Tricoli is coming out.
Number 3,
And Giovanna DeMarco is coming in.
Sarah Tricoli.
The other one is Jada Bedoya.
Jada Bedoya. Coming in for number 18, Audrey Harding.
Replaces Audrey Harding. DC will also use a couple changes. Myra Conti is coming in, and Valentina Parada, the 14-year-old, comes in as well. That duo replaces Kurosaki and Diorio. So just a few more minutes to go in this seesaw affair here in Charlotte. A surge, Colton in the middle of the field. Colton thinking, funnels it through and just could not quite stay onside there. Gurley was trying to hold that line and just was never able to do so.
All right, fans, 5 minutes to stop.
And that's one of those runs. You have to bend your run. You have to run east to west versus north and south. Stay and run along that Carolina back line. Time it with your midfielder, and then you can break loose.
Halfway through stoppage time. Granted, should get maybe a few seconds extra. Carolina out shooting DC 18-3 in the match. But the only thing that matters is the score line, 3-3. DC looks to surge. Space along that right-hand side. It's a lengthy run, and ultimately cleared away after Parada was giving chase. It's good hustle by Taylor Porter, who Philip Poole said would be the player of the month every month if based on output. Flags up here for offside.
That ball played over the end line. It'll be a goal kick. Carolina Ascent. Correction, whistles for a foul. It was a free kick.
Score was tied at halftime, 1-1. DC led 1-0 and 2-1. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Carolina, including an own goal. Made it 3-2 Ascent in the 62nd minute, and then a giveaway from Porter. Gurley right in the tracks, tied it at 3 in the 83rd minute. And now into stoppage time. Ball ricochets off of Parada's body. One more chance for either side to make something happen. Parada. DC playing with reckless abandon now. This one rolls along the sideline. Conti, Aquino just plays it away.
Smart decision. Smart decision by Aquino.
Based into throw. Loops it over the top. Conti steps over, and it's a foul. DC using one final change here. Yongo coming out, and another Academy player, 17-year-old Leah Galliani, comes in.
Contact check there on Conte. And this is what happens, right? When you have 5 of those international players, now your academy players can step in, get some minutes, get real live game time experience, game day experience, and get some minutes. This is the future. This is the DC future coming in.
Aliani was called up by the Peru U17 team in the spring of 2024. That replaces Youngo. Can't imagine there's too much time left, if any. One more chance for a shot for either side. Tied at 3. DC have a second half 98th minute goal that won a match earlier this year. Corbin knocks it down. Has the second goal of this match for Carolina.
Oop.
And then she yanks down Parada.
Corbin trying to tell her, welcome to the league. Gonna have to deal with me every week.
Off of the restart. Long ball bombed down the pitch. McClellan comes over to pick it up. Everybody tuning in their ears for the final whistle. Well beyond the minimum 5 minutes. McClellan uncorks one. And there's the full-time whistle. And this seesaw affair in Charlotte comes to an end. All level at 3 apiece. And quite the display here of goal-scoring ability. And ultimately, both sides taking advantage of some miscues by the defense.
And that's really the gameplay today. Mistakes on the defensive end. If you're DC, I think you're proud offensively, right? You scored 3 goals. You only scored 7 goals in the entire fall, but it's still the same old issues, right? Fixing up the miscommunication and the mistakes in the defensive end.
Our play of the match is presented by Apply and Smart, and it comes from this. It's a giveaway that leads to Mia Corbin. She can do the rest here in space.
Mia Corbin, such a hard worker up top all day today, and she can finish like no other.
Corbin deposits that ball into the net, and she's also our player of the match, presented by Nucor, scoring for a team-leading 5th time for the season. Carolina outshoots DC 18-3, but in the end, it is 3 goals aside here in this matchup between Carolina, Ascent, and DC Power. Valuable point, though, for DC in this one. On the road against one of the league's best, Carolina unable to really put a dent into Brooklyn's advantage on the USL Super League table. Anna Whitty standing by with Gianna Gurley, who tied it in the 83rd minute.
Gianna, not a lot of possession from your side. However, you scored your first Super League goal with that pressure. What opportunities or what gaps were you seeing in Carolina's back line?
Honestly, it was a defensive effort today, obviously. There wasn't a lot of gaps. We were just waiting for our moment until they messed up, and we were just going to keep pinching forward, and we did a good job stepping as a unit, and obviously opened, and yeah, we countered, and we took advantage of it.
You had a lot of opportunities when you guys did win the ball, only 40% possession, but you guys stayed in mentally in this match to score 3 goals. What does that say about your team's mentality?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, I wasn't here last half of the season, but moving forward, we just want to take baby steps and work on, like, we have a great culture already, but just kind of building that and becoming a family, and I think we've shown that we're making positive steps forward, so it's been exciting. We've empowered each other this whole time, and I mean, I'm excited to see what the rest of the season has for us. So.
You weren't here in the fall. You were in Fort Lauderdale in the fall. Come to DC Power. This is your first match. What made you choose this team?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a hard one to answer because there's great things about both programs. I just felt like here was a better option for me, just mentally, physically, just playing time, everything. So I'm so grateful for Fort Lauderdale, but also I'm grateful to be here and be empowered by DC Power.
I love it. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the goal.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Gianna Gurley was a goal scorer at Grand Canyon, four in the country in goal scoring. Her last season with Grand Canyon, she ties it in the 83rd minute. And both sides take a point away from Charlotte. Our final score tonight, presented by UNC Charlotte. 3 apiece between Carolina and DC. Our full-time highlights and final thoughts come your way when we return. DC Power led twice. Carolina led until the 83rd minute when Gianna Gurley scores the equalizer. And that's how we settle it at 3-3. Final score presented by UNC Charlotte. Michael Watering, Christine Huber tying a bow on our coverage tonight. Tonight's match highlights presented by Nucor. And it started in the 24th minute. It was this giveaway from Porter. Leads to a foul, penalty kick, and Katie Duong would take care of the rest.
DC's first shot winds up being this penalty, equals to the first goal to Duong.
Duong scores her opening goal on her career with DC Power, but then a little give and go. Mattingly and Tricoli, and what a rocket this was.
Tricoli, just a soft shot in the back of the net, but it's just slips through her hands. She needs to get her hands in front of that one.
So that tied it at 1 apiece. That's where we went into halftime. And then how about this launch? A failed clearance. Kurosaki, first time strike, just launches it in.
And this is the laser off of her laces. Back of the net, that one's tickling the twine.
But 5 minutes after that, this ball, give it away. Corbin, an excellent touch, catches Wolfbauer wrong-footed and ties it once more at 2 apiece.
Corbin knows how to score, just calm, composed, one-on-one with the keeper, able to score it.
4 minutes later, Carolina took its first lead. Tricoli does the hard work and an own goal gives Carolina a 3-2 edge.
And I wish we could credit Tricoli because this is her hard work that earned this goal for Carolina's equalizer.
Such good effort there by Tricoli. Doesn't get credit for the goal, but the failed clearance hits off of the body of Aquino and into the net. And then the 83rd minute, yet again, a ball over the top. Bruce in the wrong spot. Gurley finishes to tie it at 3.
Gurley able to capitalize. Welcome to the team. Look at her helping out this DC team to get a point and get up on the table.
In the team debut, tying the score at 3, and that's where we sit. Overall, both sides will be frustrated to not get the full complement of 3 points in this match, but Carolina had so many chances. Exactly what Philip Poole said. They've had chances to pull away, and ultimately in the end, the final 10 minutes proved to be the difference.
And Carolina, just too many missed opportunities, right? They hit the post in the beginning of the game, and it's same thing for DC Power, just too many defensive mistakes. So not much was learned. Hopefully they'll go back on film and watch this and improve for next game.
Those are the final stats presented by Nucor. As the two sides split a point, Carolina into second on the league table. A valuable road point for DC as they've taken points in 3 of their last 4 road trips. And in the end, this seesaw affair comes to a close. Carolina 3, DC Power 3. For my partner Christine Huber and Anna Whitty here tonight, and our entire crew, I'm Michael Watring signing off here from Charlotte, where it's a 3-3 final. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.